Hello and welcome back. I'm Ricky, and I'm going to be painting for you today. Now, I messed up a little bit last time. I didn't realize till I was editing later, but we'll get into how and what that was a bit in a second. Before we get into today's video, I'd like to remind you that I still have the gift up for sale, and the proceeds of that painting will be going to Valley Children's Hospital. Now, as for what we worked on last time, we did some of the color with our four figures, and we're going to finish up some of those details today and hopefully start on the background. Coming up, I also have a video where I will be sculpting a Darmanitan, as well as more paintings planned for the future. The next one I will be starting will be for wildfire relief. But there will be more time for that in its own video. As for any charities brought up in any of my videos, the links for which will always be in the description of the video, if you wish to go to their page or donate or participate in any way. But I've eaten up enough of your time, so let's go get drawing, huh? Okay, welcome to the main segment. So, I'm sure you're thinking, how did you mess up? Well, you may have noticed when I did this. So while I was doing this, I drew through my figures. Yeah, I normally leave my figures empty. And I draw through them and erase so like my background elements line up better. Now, I was looking at my design, and luckily there's not too many places where the design overlaps. More so with the tail and with the ear. And it's not really like an event-ending mistake. It just means I'm going to have to be a lot more careful when trying to line up these elements on the paper. But I think it's something we can do, and it'll be an interesting challenge I've presented for myself to document for you as well. So, as for today, we're going to focus on our boys here. We're going to finish first up their clothes, this book, the Moo Moo Milks, and the sidewalk, and the paint cans. And I guess I'm going to have to touch up with the color pencil later. I might wait and do all the color pencil at once. So, let's find my favorite brush. I am missing my favorite brush. Oh, here it is. It is in the favorites cup. I have a brush cup, I have a paint cup, a pencil cup, a tool cup, and then I have a cup of favorites, the things I've been using most recently. So, we're going to start with our Drowsy, again, because I'm right-handed. And I hope this light position is a little better for you, and I cast less shadow. I'm still trying to find the best light position that works for both of us. So, oh, there's a hair in there. I'm going to use the brush to pick up the hair and remove it. You know, I'm commonly the one that finds hair in my food, and people say, oh, you find a lot of hairs in your food, but what I think is people often eat the hairs, and they just don't realize. What bothers me about it, really, it is not even the hair, it's that I feel bad. Like, someone will be like, oh, I'm so excited for you to try this. It'll be like some spring roll they made, and then, like, I pull out a long hair in my bite. It's not even like, oh, I found out it was, like, in the bite, and they feel horrible. And then I feel bad. I could care less. It's freaking hair was cooked. And it's kind of like, ugh. The chances have it, though, if I'm eating your food, I like you enough that's not going to bother me. But it bothers me that you're bothered. Isn't that bothering? I really love that tone of gray. I might just leave that and then like touch up in his shadowing. I think this is what a lot of our little hoodlums here are going to need. Pikachu's going to be complex himself. He's going to get a lot of pencil work on his jacket to even it out. Get the glasses. I want the glasses to have the slightest tinge, because I am really going to go over them later, and like most of their shadowing is going to be done with pencil. So what I'm putting down now is my base. Putting down the base. No, and what that is going to do is this is actually going to be like my lightest color in it. I might go again with the acrylic later and add the touch-ups like I have in pieces in the past, such as the gift, like I did on the eye shine, the shine effect for the medallion, the trees, their shine effect, and the stars in the background. Okay, I'm wanting to start on this Pikachu, but I'm seeing just ever such minor pencil marks. I don't want those to be forever. Where's my brush at? God dang it, Bobby. Oh, it's up here. Leave that there so you can scream at your TV if I start looking for it like the other day with the Sharpie. I like to think that I'll hear you. Okay. Got a nice light gray hat. I'm going to do all this stuff light gray just to start with, honestly. We'll go touch some of it up as it sets. See, like right there, that got the perfect dark going back over that spot. Just make sure that's in frame. Right here where I'm dabbing it, that's the new dab right there. So definitely think just putting down one coat right now is the best idea. And we'll go add some more. And I want to be really careful not to mess up my 3 stripes. That's what makes it Adidas. You know, Adidas from like 2016 till recently, they really went through this phase of like trying to stylize or like reduce the 3-stripe thing. It's like, bruh, we want the stripes. Give us the freaking stripes. I don't want no deltas. I don't want no chevrons. This ain't freaking Nike. I want, you know. And lo and behold, then they came out with the classic collection. Personally, I think, like, if aliens showed up, we're all going to be wearing Crocs and tracksuits. Like Squid Game. It's going to look like Squid Game. And it's just going to be like, yep, that's the Earth clothes. That's what the Earth people wear. That looks pretty sick, I think. It's just, oh, man. Alright, now let's go with Steven the Chew. This is pretty much all water right now. And watch, it's going to go way too black. Yep. That's how black it is. It's hard to get the right amount. It's always too much or too little. I can hear my fish filter in the background, which is not good. Must be time for a cleaning. Okay, so that turned out pretty good. But I'm worried with getting the coat consistent. But what it's going to take is patience and a lot of layers. See, I had to end up going back because I had that spot bleed over. So I'm going to actually end up leaving that area alone for now. And coming back to it in a minute. See how it's darker? And you remember, if you've seen some of the other, if you've seen some of the other videos, how you address that. We're going to come down to this corner with new color and work our way up. When we do that, we will let dry a little bit till then. He's looking pretty freaking sick, though, you know. I think that's a good base layer for a lot of their clothing. Let me check on my fishes real quick. Alright, turned out to be a pretty easy fix. Water was just a little low. Cat must be drinking out of it again. But you know what that did do is give our boys time to dry. So I can go over them again with one more light coating. See how that spot, it's real goopy because all the water. I'm really trying to get some of the water out too when I do this. See how this hat's different sections? I'm kind of going in the stitching because if I don't cross the border and my tones are a little different, the human eye will kind of like trick itself into making them look more consistent. And that's actually exactly the color I want. Still shows detail, still dark. Oh man, these guys are cool. I think I'm going to use the water markers I used in the last video to do their glasses. And then I'll finish up any extra highlights I want with acrylic. One thing, surprisingly, I actually haven't thought about at all, I'm just realizing I haven't, was shadows. But I was seeing this more like the cartoon. I think like a lot of these, they tend to be like me trying to make it like a nature photo. And I try to make them as realistic as I can. But this one, it's a little more goofy and lighthearted. You know, when I was a kid, Pokemon 3 came out, there was this commercial. And it had a bunch of people that kind of looked like the Pokemon. I particularly remember a Jack Black-ish fellow with like the pointy beard and the long hair, and he had like a Groudon. They made Groudon really small, which made me think Groudon was like going to be the size of like Charizard. Anyways, like there's just there's a guy that kind of looked like Cyrax with the Dusclops, that kind of thing. And I mean, some of them were kind of insulting, but I always thought that was funny. And that's it's kind of what I'm getting at here is Pokemon. There's so much variety in it. You could really use it to express yourself uniquely. I mean, even just with it, like you can bring so much variety to it. Like just my characters, like they're not even like rare Pokemon, but in how they're presented and how they look. See, that dab was just super dark out of nowhere. Look at that. If I wasn't testing my... Oh, I would have just fudged my Raichu up, bro. He's trying to trick me. You may have seen me just do the little tongue lick to get a little extra moisture. Please don't do that. You know, I know a lot of artists do it, get more moisture to shape your brush, and it's a bad habit we all have. We were all told not to do it. It's better if you don't do it. Get like a sponge or a paper or something and roll it. Don't be lazy, and because a lot of paints have very toxic things in them. They might have like heavy metals and whatnot. Arsenic. What's that thing they put in everything? Asbestos? I think some of them even still have asbestos in them. I think those ones are like illegal to sell, but still, you know. I found old paint before and used it. You know, I remember saying how we were going to blend this part right here. And now that I'm doing it, I'm realizing like once it dried. That could have just been a difference in the moisture. Try to get some of this water off, but I just want to go in here. There we go. Yeah, I could get more color out of this. Okay. See, now, no color. Oh, and then there's a little hidden in there. Now, one thing, I'm not actually trying to make all their clothes the same color. Because, like, you know, like even my sweatpants and like my shirt, like my sweatpants, I'll see more like blue tones, and my shirt I'll see red tones. People get black different ways, and our clothing often looks a bit different from each other. Even, I mean, anyone who's like actually really into black, don't blow on it. That's actually tried to make a black outfit. That's tried to make a black outfit, you know, like as it wears and you wash it. The other colors they use tend to come out a bit more. Son of a biscuit. Again, margins. This is why you got your margins. That could have just messed him up. Especially like his arm. I don't want his arm to blend too much with his tail, you know? Let's try to get some more water. There we go. I think that'll do it. So yeah, like I said, I messed up a little bit with jumping the gun paint, but you know, I think it's going to help me differentiate when I'm working on the background better. Otherwise, I'd be more likely to paint through these guys. And the thing is, I really want them to stand out. I don't want the background to... I mean, I want it to be kind of like gaudy and like hard not to look at, but I want them to be distinct from it. Also, I mean, I'm going to try to get my colors to the edge as much as possible, but you're always going to have, like, the area around it's going to be like a bit lighter, a bit less focused. I'm sorry, I'm just stumbling with my words today. There. Alright, we got their clothes done, so... let's look at Psyduck's book. So I was thinking a nice blue. Sure. Look at that. Still color in there. Here's our towel. It's off camera over my leg. Yeah, see, now it's a lot clearer. You don't want to mix... You want to make sure your brushes are clean. You don't want your colors to get mixed. It'll make them look muddier. Especially like, let's say I was going and I was touching up something I did earlier. I could carry over a little color. It makes it look uneven. Or maybe I did it earlier and now the color I'm using doesn't match. Everything has to be gone over again. Here we go. Now I want these to be really light. I don't know if you ever seen like the cellophane card sheets like stacked, but they're not clear. They're like a light blue. Everyone else likes pizza rolls. See, I have a lot of ink right here. I'm afraid of some smudging, so I'm really just... I'm picking up that color I laid down earlier. I'm just dabbing it in there. Now I'm going to look up a Pokemon card. I don't have any on me at the moment. There's some really cool cards coming up, but it's like, Brett, I need the standard. It's like Prismatic, Ultra Rare Yellow. I just want like a standard. Here we go. Here's some Pikachus. Okay. I think if I just fill that yellow in a bit. Then I can touch up some color in the middle later. Maybe do a dot. I'll do that with like the color pencil. So yeah, it's a yellow freaking border. It's not that hard. I don't need that. Alright, now let's try to get the shadows on our Moo Moo Milk. I shouldn't really cross colors, because now I have to clean the crap out of my brush twice. But that is the process. So it's very saturated, so I'm going to get more water and add it to this blurb. I want very little color. See, I can come here and pick up my light, absence of color. You want that spot in the middle kind of deeper. And I will probably go and touch those up individually later as well. Let's see now. I want this one empty. I'm going to do all the finishing touches with those with color pencil. So let's look at the paint cans. What color? I'm going to go with the most common colors first. So first I'm going to do red. I'm going to do a different red than I used earlier. And red is going to be this part here. The little part that you hold down for the color to come out. Now, do any of them have red tacks? No, we have more of like a maroon, a deep blue, a yellow, which is already done, and orange. Yeah, I'm going to have to touch the yellow up anyways. We're just going to do them in order. So first, let's get like a deep purple. There we go. Oh, that's perfect. So next one, nice deep blue. Now what I'm doing here, kind of make it look like, you know, like when they get paint on their hand. And they're touching the can. I just kind of want them all to be in a slightly different state from each other. Alright, let's do this yellow again. I do like some spot effects later as well. And the final one, he has like a deep orange. His can will be the cleanest, because he is the most skilled. Now we're just going to do a light little gray touch up on them all. And let them set, and then we're going to start on our sidewalk. Actually, I might do the Moo Milk before the sidewalk. I mean, either way, I'm going to do the cans right now. Let's get a little gray here. I want it just really light. I can go in and put the rest with pencils. Really what I want right now is representation. It doesn't matter how strong it is, so long as it is there. Like a Disney executive doing the bare minimal to make his movie inclusive. There. Especially on the sidewalk, I'm going to try to do some effects to make it look grimy. Not just going to be a gray slab. But yeah, I definitely want to do the moo milks before I get in there, because I don't want to try to do them when it's wet, and I definitely want to do them right now. So, Pokemon. I hate this thing. It's so hard to get to pull your stuff up. Here we go. Color pencils. So first, milk. How am I going to outline milk? Well, I'm going to get my cool gray, if I can find it. Oh yes, my cool gray. I'm going to sharpen it up a little bit. I'm not going to make you listen to that. I'm just going to cut to it being sharp. Okay. Now, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to darken them rims. That is much how I'm going to get the different levels of milk as well. I'm going to go sideways again. I'm doing the curve lines to try to get more of a rounded effect with it. Everyone's milk is at a slightly different level. Okay, so how we're going to do this moo moo sign. I'm going to leave this out because I used it. Might need it again. I think I need my pen to be sharper. I think we're on the right track. And then we get dark blue for the band. Oh yeah. I've created a bit of a challenge for myself. And then I determined the size of my circle, so I'm going to try to be consistent with that. Sharpen this boy up a bit. Now, some people don't like mixing their mediums, but personally, I rather enjoy it. beautiful. That's what that woman did. There we go. Try to scramble those ones in there a bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to lightly do... Especially this one because it's like empty. And I'm not going to complete the line, I'm just going to kind of like... So it has that illusion that it's wrapping around. Okay, I'm actually kind of happy with the milks. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my cool gray again. Let's add some lines to these, make them a little more curved. Okay, got a little curve to them now, don't we? So, I guess the next thing to do would be to touch up our boys' clothing. I could do that Pokemon card. So I'm just going to give it a little blue panel. And how can I infer as little as possible? Okay, let's play a game. Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu. So I'm actually going to do something you rarely see me do. I'm going to get a pen. I'm just going to lightly... I'm actually letting my words blend a bit because it doesn't matter. It's just the illusion of words, really. If I can get some black. Blueberry. I don't want blueberry. I want black. Ah, here we go. A little more curve to some of those lines. Okay, let's do their clothes now. His is easy. I'm just gonna... These little dark spots. What I'm doing is I'm kind of going in where I have marks and darkening it up. Because that's going to make it stand out a bit more. So it don't look as bled together. Like I did with the onyx to make him help him stand out from the background in that last piece we did. You hungry, kitty? Quick second while I get my kitty some food. Now, this video, I'm noticing it's already gone kind of long, and we've mostly done small details, but it's the little details I feel that make it. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm trying to use my shadow to infer shape a bit. So Pikachu's jacket looks pretty good. Not sure about his hat. Really not sure about the glasses. I think my son's going to be home pretty soon, though, so fortunately I'm going to have to get going here in a minute. So, what did we do today? We did our moo-moos, we did our paint cans, we did that book. I guess we got all the colors on our clothes down, and we need to finish up our shadowing. I started kind of with the Pikachu. See, I really want to be doing this. And so, I guess next time we'll do the glasses and the sidewalk. I'll show you how I'm going to get that grimy look on it after it dries up. And hopefully here soon we'll be able to start the background. But for today, that's all I have for you. I really hate to end a video when I'm this focused in it, but I mean, again, it's unfortunately all the time I have today, so I hope this has been a good video for you, and until we meet again, stay safe out there.